Hello everyone, welcome to All Things Tonya. If this is your first time visiting on my channel, I love creating fun, easy, and affordable DIYs. Today I'm going to share with you how I turned 5 thrifty items into high-end home decor. Bringing these 5 pieces back to life was so much fun, easy, and most importantly, affordable. The neutral colors gave all of the items a high-end look. If you're new here, I hope today's video is inspiring and you will consider subscribing to my channel. Welcome back to my friends who are always here supporting me. Now let's have some fun with these easy DIYs. Look at how adorable this little basket is. It was only $1.99 and it's the perfect size for my shelf. I love the color, but I need it a little darker so that it will match my shelf. So I am going to use a mixture of my Waverly chalk paint color ink and my antique wax. And I'm going to give it just one coat of this mixture. I can already see by using this darker color how this basket is already transforming into a high-end piece. Now I'm going to distress it a little using my sanding bar. I waited until the paint was completely dried, and I'm just going to distress it in a few areas so that it will match the farmhouse decor that I already have in my home. This is what the little basket is looking like after I have distressed it. And now I am going to use this ribbon that I picked up from Hobby Lobby, and I am going to go around the top of the basket. I'm going to add a little hot glue in some areas so that my ribbon will stay in place. Once I've taken the ribbon completely around the basket, I'm going to cut it where it meets, and I'm going to glue it here, and I'm going to make a cute little bow to go in the front. Here was another great find from the thrift store. I picked up this shelf and it was only $2.99. I love working with wood. When I saw it and I saw the price, I just had to take it. I'm going to give it a nice coat of paint to brighten it up a little, but before I do that, I need to remove these beautiful hooks because I want to keep them just the way they are. Now I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint color plaster, and I'm going to give it 2 coats of paint. I need to give it 2 coats because I want to get rid of that arrow, so I am going to give it 2 coats of my plaster color paint. To make sure that my paint goes on smoothly, I am going to use my heat dryer to dry in between the 2 coats. I will apply my second coat of the plaster paint, and I will allow that to dry as well. I want this piece to have that farmhouse look as well, so once the paint is completely dry, I'm going to go in with my sanding bar, and I am going to distress the board. Here's what this piece is looking like so far, and now I'm going to reattach my hooks. I'm going to use this shelf in my little powder room off from my den area. So I use my Cricut to print the word towels, and I am going to place it right in the center. Then I'm going to take a little of my plaster paint and I'm just going to lightly brush over the word towels just to tone down that brown a little. I'm really loving the simple look of this rack and I hope you like it too. For my next DIY, I will be redoing this centerpiece that I picked up from the thrift store, and it was only $4.99. I'm going to start by removing all of these dried flowers, and I am not going to throw them away because I may be able to use a few of these pieces in a future DIY. So I'm just going to bag them up as I take them out. And now I'm left with this beautiful piece, and I cannot wait to add my personal touches to bring it back to life. Before I start to paint, I'm going to remove the handles because I want to repaint those as well. Next, I'm going to remove this old flower foam that's stuck down inside, and then I'm going to remove this plastic. After removing the plastic, I am going to wash everything down and get it all clean before applying my paint. I love the original look of the box, so I'm going to be retouching it using basically the same colors. I'm going to start off by using my Waverly antique wax, and I'm going to apply some paint inside of the creases just like this and around the edges. Next, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint color plaster, and I'm going to lightly paint over the entire box. As you can see here, I'm allowing the antique wax paint to show through. This is going to give me a distressed look. I'm also going to lightly brush on the plaster paint on the back as well as on the sides. Look how gorgeous this is turning out. I cannot wait for you to see the finished product. Now I'm going to spray paint my handles black and reattach them to the front. I love the darker look of the handles. It really brings the project out. Now all I have to do is take my black chalk paint and paint the top of these screws. Now here it is all finished. I think it is just gorgeous. I cannot wait to finish this up for you. All I need to do now is add some greenery and this DIY will be completed. I really like how this is turning out. I cannot wait to set it on my entryway table. I think it's going to be just gorgeous there. I'm really loving this one, guys, and I hope you like it too. I also picked up this basket from the same thrift store. I paid only $2.99 for it. I'm going to redo it using the same techniques that I used in my previous DIY. The basket already have a brown tint to it, so I am just going to lightly brush over it using my Waverly chalk paint color plaster. As you can see, I'm using light strokes to brush on the paint because I do want that brown to show through. That is going to give me that distressed look and that farmhouse look that I am going for. Now I do want to add some handles to the side of the basket, so I'm going to use this thick jute rope that I picked up from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to make 2 short handles to go on each side. I'm going to stick a few pieces of flower foam down in the bottom of the basket, and then I'm going to add some lamb's ears that I picked up from a Walmart for $2 a bundle, and this DIY will be completed. I hope you love it just as much as I do. For my final DIY, I will be redoing this jewelry box, and I also picked this up from the thrift store, and it was only $2.99 as well. I'm going to start by removing all of the little drawers from the jewelry box, and then I'm going to remove the little knobs from the front of the little drawers. Next, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint color plaster, and I'm going to paint the outside of the jewelry box. I removed the knobs earlier in the video because I will be using the back of the boxes instead of the front, and that way I will not have to worry about removing the color paper that's on the front. I'm going to give each of the little boxes 1 coat of my Waverly Antique Wax paint, and then I'm going to paint these 2 spools that I picked up from Hobby Lobby in a pack of 5, and I'm going to paint them as well using my Waverly Antique Wax, and I'm going to use them as legs for my box. I also used my Waverly Antique Wax to stain these half beads that I picked up from Amazon, and I will be using these for knobs for my drawers. It was so much easier to paint the back of the drawers, and I didn't have to worry about the colorful paper that will glue to the front of the drawers. Now I'm going to glue on those 2 spools so that I can get rid of this big ugly bow that is sitting on the top, and that will be on the bottom after gluing on these 2 spools as legs. Now I'm just going to flip it over and that bow is gone. Now all I have to do is add my drawers back to my jewelry box, and this DIY will be completed. This is a gorgeous piece, and I hope you love it just as much as I do. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and spending a small part of your day with me. I truly hope you enjoyed tonight and would consider subscribing. Please do not forget to like this video by giving it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share this video with your friends because that really helps to support the growth of my channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye, guys.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on my mommy's channel.